Welcome, everyone, to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into something fascinating, maybe a bit contentious, too. The Springboks' recent tactics, the ones that have kicked off this huge debate about the spirit of the game. We've gone through this great article from Planet Rugby that breaks down the plays and, crucially, the reactions from coaches, former refs, the lot. So our mission today, unpack what actually happened, figure out why it's causing such a stir, and maybe think about what it signals for rugby's future. And hey, first things first, if you're as obsessed with rugby strategy, the passion, all of it as we are, make sure you hit subscribe for Rugby Obsession wherever you get your deep dives. You really won't want to miss what we've got coming up.
Definitely. And what's so interesting here, I think, is how this specific case just perfectly shines a light on that constant tension in sport.
Yeah.
That push-pull between wanting to innovate, find an edge strategically, and then those, well, often unwritten rules about what feels fair or even what makes the game, entertaining to watch. It's right on that line.
Right. That tension is key. So let's get specific. What exactly did the Springboks do against Italy that got everyone talking? Okay, first up, the kickoff scrum. Sounds a bit odd, right? Basically, right from the whistle, Manny Lewick chipped the kickoff really short, deliberately short, straight into Andre Esterhuizen's hands. And the whole point was to force a scrum immediately.
Yeah, create an instant set-piece battle.
Exactly. Now, interestingly, it didn't quite work out perfectly that time. I think the Bucks actually gave away a free kick.
Yeah, it wasn't flawless execution in that instance.
But the intent was crystal clear, push the boundaries from the get-go. Then later in the game, we saw the open play lineout and maul. They used this twice. And here's the bit I found amazing. Rassie Erasmus apparently said they copied it.
Copied it from there.
From a viral video, a South African schoolboy team. Can you believe it?
Wow. Okay, that's something else. Shows are looking everywhere for ideas.
Totally. And this one was effective. First time, it sucked in Italian defenders. Grant Williams got the pass away to Kanan Moody. Try scored.
Nice execution. And the second time?
Second time, Malcolm Marks dotted down off the maul. Ruan Norcha took the ball from a Williams pass, set up the maul. Boom.
So, textbook result from a very unconventional setup. What's really fascinating, though, is just the sheer, ingenuity behind trying these things. It screams marginal gains, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Always looking for that tiny advantage within the laws, pushing those boundaries. And that kind of innovation, it almost always sparks debate, which is exactly what happened.
Oh, absolutely. And this is where it gets really heated the backlash. These tactics, especially that open play lineout thing, they really, really angered a lot of people online.
Yeah, I saw some of that. Pretty strong stuff.
Right. Like former top referee Nigel Owens, he weighed in pretty heavily. He posted something like, the problem is that you are unable to tackle the player in the air or his support jumpers.
So you cannot defend it or compete. Yeah, I saw that quote. Essentially saying it's undefendable within the current laws.
Exactly. And he also echoed that sentiment that it was just dull and not in the spirit of the game.
Which is a pretty damning verdict from someone like Owens.
Definitely. But what's maybe even more interesting is how the coaches reacted. Very different takes. Italy's coach, Gonzalo Quesada, he was not happy about the kickoff scrum, called it disrespectful, said something like, the Springboks can beat us without needing to do this kind of tactic. He felt it was unnecessary.
Okay, so he had an issue with the intent there, the perceived lack of respect.
Yeah. But then the open play lineouts, he actually didn't mind those.
Really? After Owens called them undefendable.
Yeah. He sort of acknowledged the Bucks have a history of tricky, nice strikes in that zone. He saw it more as something a bit special, different, or innovative to surprise the opposition. So quite a different perspective.
That is fascinating. Same game, different plays, very different spirit of the game interpretations from the opposition coach.
And then you had Scott Robertson, the All Blacks coach, basically saying, yeah, we did similar stuff back in my day.
Huh, right. So not exactly condemning it then.
Not at all. So you've got this huge range of reactions from disrespectful and dull to innovative, and we used to do that too.
Which brings us right back to that core question. What is the spirit of the game? It's clearly not a fixed thing, is it? It means different things to different people. It highlights just how subjective these unwritten rules can be. Coaches, refs, fans, they all seem to draw the line between clever play and, I guess, something that undermines the game's essence in slightly different spots. It's very, very gray.
Totally gray. And you just knew, with all this spirit of the game talk flying around, it was only a matter of time before Rassie Erasmus jumped in.
Oh, absolutely. You could almost set your watch by it.
He went straight to social media, didn't he? to push back against those claims. He put out this argument basically saying, I guess one can always argue what is against the spirit of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Then he asked, some teams avoid scrums and others make sure they get scrums. Who's wrong?
Classic Rassie, turning the question back on the critics.
Yeah.
Highlighting inconsistency.
Exactly. And he didn't just leave it there. He brought up an example, pointed to a moment in an earlier game where Italy's scrum half, Alessandro Fusco, spun the ball through a scrum.
Right, basically feeding it straight out the back, denying a proper context.
Yeah. And Rassie seemed to agree with a commenter who said deliberately breaking laws is cheating. The implication being, well, maybe that Italian scrum feed wasn't exactly squeaky clean either, spirit-wise.
So he's drawing parallels.
Yeah.
Saying, if you're going to accuse us, look at yourselves too.
If we zoom out a bit, what Erasmus is doing there, it's more than just defending his team, isn't it? It's actually quite strategic. He's forcing everyone else, coaches, fans, media, to really look hard at their own definitions of fair play. It's like saying, hold on, these accusations can cut both ways, especially when the rules themselves have gray areas. It's about using everything at your disposal, the laws, their interpretation, even the public debate to find that edge. It's clever off-field play, too. It really is. The strategy runs deep, on and off the pitch. And look, if you find these tactical battles, these mind games, and how they ripple through the sport as fascinating as we do, then seriously, make sure you're subscribed to Rugby Obsession. We deliver deep dives like this straight to you.
So, thinking about all this, what does it actually mean for rugby? And what really stands out to you about this whole debate? We'd honestly love to hear what your listeners think, too. Drop us a comment. Were these tactics brilliant innovation? Or did they push things a bit too far? Yeah, I think what stands out is how this, it might seem like it's just about two specific plays, but it actually throws that fundamental tension in sport into really sharp relief, that constant balancing act of the drive to innovate, to win, versus, tradition and what people feel is fair play. Yeah. It genuinely makes us all think a bit more deeply about the game, maybe even about how we define it.
Well said. Thank you for joining us on this Rugby Obsession deep dive. We've really dug into how a couple of innovative Springbok tactics sparked this huge conversation about the spirit of rugby itself. And it shows just how differently people see the rules and those boundaries.
It really does. A reminder that rugby, like any sport, is always evolving, always debating its own identity.
We really look forward to you listening to our next exploration. And please don't forget to subscribe to Rugby Obsession so you don't miss out on any of our future deep dives.